When you see this number, what do you think of? I'll get out of the way so everybody can see it. Anything? $1.05. Anything?
101 Dalmatians plus 4.
Creative. It's actually a dive for diving. What you do is the one right here means it's going to be frontwards. So you're going to go forward on the board, flip forward. The 0 is just a 0. You don't really need the 0. And the 5, you take the last number and you divide it in half, and that gives you how many flips you do in the dive. So for instance, 105 would be front 2.5 somersaults frontwards. So with that being said, I guess you can all pretty well tell my speech is going to be about diving. Diving consists of numbers, scores, and a lot of mental strength. Diving numbers all range from 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s, and 5,000s. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's all in categories. This would be frontwards. So if you had a 2, you can probably guess it would be backwards. So you're going to stand backwards on the board and do however many flips that number is in half. So if you have a 203, you'll be doing back 1.5. Then you have the 300s. 300s are all considered reverses or gainers, which is if you're going forwards on the board, you end up flipping backwards off the board. Sounds really hard, but it's not. I have to get used to it. And then you have inwards, which inwards are the scary ones in diving. It's where you stand backwards on the board and you flip towards the board. So typically with the numbers, the higher the last number you have, the more degree of difficulty you have in the dive. And the way diving is scored is between degree of difficulty. So the higher this number, the higher degree of difficulty you have. And the better you do, the higher degree of difficulty, the higher your score is. So, for instance, if you have, say your judges give you 3 5s. You get judged by 5s having pointed toes, a clean entry, good form. So you get 3 5s. Then you take the dive, 105, which the degree difficulty would be 2.4. You're going to take the 3 5s, which add up to 15. You're going to multiply it by 2.4. Okay, I'm not good at math, so I'm just going to forget that. And that's how you get your scores for diving. Diving is also it's more mental than it is physical. One of the best divers in the world, he won the Olympics twice, and he's always gone for gold. His name's Greg Louganis. He's been around at every dive meet, and he's always looking to help the younger kids in trying to challenge himself more and making sure practice becomes a meet situation. Greg Louganis stated that 90% of diving is all mental, the other 10% is heart. And you're wondering, where's the physical aspect in that? It's not about the physical aspect. It's about how much you give and how much you focus and clear the mind to become a better diver. I really understood this, taking into consideration after smacking a whole bunch, the pain. But you learn to stay focused, and you have a routine before you dive, and getting into your routine is one of the hardest parts in diving. But after you figure that out, you know, my routine is I go to the end of the board, I wipe my butt a few times, take 3 deep breaths, and I set up and I go for the dive. And then, according to the USA Online, they said that diving has a bigger mental game block than trick shot pool. And I know no one knows here about trick shot pool. I don't really either. But to me, you need a lot of focus to hit that little ball in the hole. So that's just one thing to prove that diving is very mental. In conclusion, diving, you have to stay very focused, very determined, and it's all about the number game and how you want to use it. And that's it.